Oh shoot, okay. I'm starting to like this. This is my first time going live, guys. How do I change the light? The light's so messed up. Ugh. Oh, I like that color better. I got one viewer. Okay, this is basically a live. This live is gonna be for anyone that has questions. So many of you guys have been shooting me comments, DMs, phone calls, just basically killing me with everything. So I decided to go to Best Buy and spend like $700 just for y'all. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. So I only got two right now. So the two people in here, one's probably my girlfriend and one's probably my dad. But I don't know. But basically, just kind of like you guys can just ask me anything you want, and the whole point is for me just to answer and help y'all out because I know, again, there's so many of you guys, and it's so hard to get to all these comments and everything. But the whole journey and process, I know a lot of people been asking me, how'd you start? Like, how'd you get your clients? The whole process. And honestly, when I first started, I started this a year ago. When I first started, it was kind of like a up and hill battle. You know, I was playing sports, I was a college athlete, and then on top of that, I was trying to do this business thing. I never thought it was gonna work. And I remember my best friend and I, we were gonna do it together. We sat down and I told him, I was like, dude, let's start a detailing business. And he's like, you know what, Dean? He said, I think that's a good idea. Let's do it. And I was like, 100%. So we started grinding out. I started buying everything, right? And he calls me one day after I started buying everything. He tells me, yo, you're impulsive buying. And I'm like, what do you mean impulsive buying? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, dude, you're buying all this stuff. We got no clients. We got nobody. And I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, I'm like, I played sports my whole life, right? I've been playing baseball since I was 1 year old. All I've known was sports. I've never had a job. I've only had sports, and I wasn't even that good at school. I'm dyslexic, so school wasn't even for me. I was like middle school. I had like 40 Fs. Like every single class was an F, right? And so I looked at it as like a sport, right? I was like, if you're not prepared, you're not going to be ready. If a coach tells you you got your cleats, and you say, "Sorry, coach, I don't got my cleats, but I can go run the car and get them," they're going to put someone else in. So I always kind of looked at my business as sports, right? My dad always says, "Sports is life. Life is sports. How you play on the field is how you're going to reflect in your life." So when I started my business, I never knew what I was doing. I've never been an entrepreneur. I've never been someone that knew how to start. I don't even clean my room. I literally just cleaned my room today just so I could start doing this live. And so when I started it, I kind of had that mindset, right? I'm going to go into this with the idea of I'm going to grind. I'm never going to give up because especially all the people out here asking about my detailing and how I got so successful and stuff like that. I'm very blessed to be where I'm at, you know, but on top of that, you got to work in silence, right? I know that for me, I see a shiny object and I get distracted very easily. I run go get it real quick, and that kind of takes me off my path. But with my detailing business with clients and stuff, you got to be yourself, right? It's in any business. You're selling a service. You're selling yourself. You're not just selling a shirt. Anyone can go buy a shirt that looks cool, right? I bought this shirt because it looks cool. I don't know who made it. I don't know their story. I don't know anything about that. But I bought it because it looked cool. But in a detailing, you're doing hair, you're doing nails, whatever the case, whatever you're doing, you're not selling the image of it, you're selling yourself, right? Every day you're selling something. And so I looked at it as like that. I looked, okay, I'm just gonna be myself. I'm gonna be how I would be playing baseball. And that ultimately led to a tough decision when I was playing college baseball. I was playing college baseball for 2 years. I've been playing baseball my whole life, and I stopped this year to focus on my business. I stepped into the unknown. I knew baseball was promising. I knew baseball shit. I spent thousands upon thousands of dollars on baseball. This business, I ain't spent shit. Detailing, I didn't know. I'm not clean. Like I said, my room's dirty as hell. It's clean right now because I clean it for y'all. My room is. I'm not an organized person. I never thought I could be capable of doing anything like this, right? But I was dedicated, right? So I did. I said, fuck it. I went in. I went all in, and that meant my best friend and I we parted ways. You know, he's still my best friend. He's still my brother, but he didn't want to be. He didn't want to do the detailing. I was okay. But I knew I was dedicated because my dad says, you know, there's dreamers and there's doers. Dreamers are gonna dream. They're gonna have these magnificent ideas. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and they ain't gonna do shit. They're gonna stay in the bed and keep dreaming. But the doers are gonna go out there and do it. And I've always been a dreamer my whole life, right? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start this business. I'm gonna start that business, and I never do it. And a week later, I forget about it. I kick it to the side. Okay, whatever. It was just like school. I'll do the homework assignment later. I could do it next week. I could write the essay next week, and then it was off. I never did it. So my detailing, the same thing. I was like, you know what, I got to turn around. I started grinding. Thankfully, I saw this kid on TikTok actually, and it was kind of funny. He posted this TikTok. He's from Arizona, and the video he posted, he said he was detailing influencers' cars. He would hit them up. He would work with them, and I was like, damn. I was like, that's a hella good idea. I was like, I gotta start doing that. So when I started doing it, I started hitting up influencers, and I started reaching out to everybody. I mean, I don't give a hell who it was: Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Will Smith. Everybody and their mom was getting a DM from Yay Detailing, right? Hey, I just started. I'm a young entrepreneur. I'd love to detail your car. The way I looked at it is this: it's just like baseball, right? You're gonna fail 7 out of 10 times, but you succeeded out of those 3 times. You're a Hall of Famer. All I needed was one response from these people, and that was it. Out in the Bay, for anyone that's from the Bay, there's a radio station called Wild 94.9, and I've been watching them since I was super young. It's iHeartRadio. They got like 300 million monthly listeners. It's a big ass following. So I hit them up. I hit Graham up. I said, hey Graham, my name's Dean. I own a detailing business. I would love to give you a free car wash. And again, I don't think they're gonna respond or do anything. I'm washing a car. This is the first week I started really locking in. Right, washing a car. Boom, he hits me up. I was in shambles. I was like, holy shit. I was like, he responded. Not only did he respond, he rejected my offer to wash his car, actually. He said, no, I'm not going to wash. You're not going to wash my truck. And I was like, damn. And so, what's going on, brother? How's it doing? And so he said, how about I bring you on the radio show and you could talk about your business? And I was like, hell yeah. And this was literally the first week I started. So I get brought on the radio show, right? Talking about my business. I'm this young kid from the Bay, right? You got to understand, I just started this, so I had no belief this would be happening. So I'm on the radio, I'm talking about it, and that just sparked something in me to keep on going, right? So I started hitting up more people. I looked at it like this. Okay, all the big influencer stuff, they're not going to have time for you. They already made it, right? But what you got to do is you got to go for the people that are in the grind with you, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to hit up all the young influencers. So I started grinding. I started hitting up all the young people that are still like me, that still know the struggle, right? So I started doing that. Boom, boom. I started getting with influencers. I got with NFL players. And I realized you just got to hustle. I mean, it's really like that. When I was starting in Stockton, I was living with my grandma on the weekends so I could wash cars. And I don't know if you guys know Stockton, but it's in the Central Valley. It's like 100 degrees out there, okay? It's 100 degrees. I'm sweating my ass off. This shit sucks. I'm making like $20 a car. Like $20 a car. I could be doing way better. I could be working at McDonald's. That's AC. I don't gotta be doing this bullshit, right? And so my grandma pulled me aside one time and she said, look, right now it looks like there's no progress to be made, right? Shit sucks. It's 100 degrees, you're sweating, you're working, it's taking you 4 hours for one car, and you're making $20. And I looked at her and I was like, yeah. I was like, like exactly, I know. That's why I don't know if I want to be doing this anymore. It's ridiculous. And she said, you need to suck it up and you need to keep doing it. Because you bought all this shit, right? You already invested your time and you're just going to walk away? I was like, damn. I was like, she kind of just schooled me right there. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. Boom. I kept going. Sooner or later, I kind of forgot about the whole, paying the $25. I didn't even look at the money. I didn't care about the money. It wasn't about the money. It was about the love, right? It's just like anything you do. You're not doing it because there's an end goal. But when you first start, everyone starts here, right? And you want to get there. But when you're here, it's because you love it. And when you get here, I hope it's the same thing. So you gotta love it the whole way. It's like a marriage, right? You guys are gonna argue, you're gonna hate each other, and you want a divorce. But you gotta work it through. You gotta find some way to find a middle ground. And that's the way I looked at my business. I was like, man, it's just gonna suck. Like I can't believe it. I started with no clients. I was doing every person in my family's car. I was looking through our family tree, like who could I hit up to get a car wash from them? And so boom, started grinding that, and I built my brand, right? I know that for me, I like to talk. I love to talk. I love to talk to people. Sometimes I find myself talking to my clients for like 2 hours after I wash the car. And I'm like, damn, dude, it's terrible because I just talk so much. But I learn from everyone I talk to because I learn so much. It's deeper than just washing a car. It's more than just washing a car to me. I'm learning from every person I meet. I'm learning something new. It's something new that can make my business that much better. And same thing goes, I would go look at other details. I go to their websites. I would call other detailers. I would get on the phone with them and see how they sell me. How would they handle me on the phone? Because I know when I first started, I didn't really know how to sell to people. When I would sell, I would basically, it's like you see those guys on TikTok, they go door to door doing the window shit. They all have the same script. They're all like, hey, you got the window ceilings kind of dirty. I can do this, do this. It's all the same thing. And I was like, you got to learn how to read people, right? The whole point of doing, especially a detailing or anything when you're selling a service, you got to learn how to read the person you're talking to. You're not going to say the same thing to 13 different people because you're never going to make a sell. You might make a sell to the first guy that's aligns with what they're doing, but the next 12, you ain't. Good luck. So luckily, I'm very fortunate. Both my parents, my dad, he's a salesman. My mom works in marketing. So I kind of picked their brain on how I can achieve and be better. And it was hard. This year, I was conflicted. Like I said earlier, I was playing college baseball. I had college baseball here. And I had a business I just started here. And I was like, and they were clashing. I didn't know which one to choose. And so, I went to my dad and I told him, I don't know if I want to play baseball anymore. I don't know if this is something that I want to pursue. I feel like I was losing the lust and the love for the game. I feel like I'm going to go towards my business. And, he was a little hurt at first. He was like, damn, Dean, like all this, all we done all this, like, And then after that, we talked it out. And he told me, you're going to have to lock in on your school. And you have to lock in on your business. I don't know what you got to do. And this is before I even started doing this whole YouTube thing. And so when I travel 40 to detail car, dude, I'd go anywhere. I go to Sacramento. I would go to Tahoe. I really don't care. And I don't even, it's funny. Like a lot of people ask me, they go, you charge a travel fee? Bro, no, I don't charge a travel fee. I don't charge a travel fee. I just go. I'm bad. I probably, in reality, if I really looked at it, sure, but I don't really care to charge a damn travel fee. It's not that deep. I get gas is gas. Everybody's like, gas is expensive, Dean. You got to. It's not really that deep to me. I just go out there. I genuinely like making people happy. Like that's part of the reason I think I started really enjoying this. Less about the car cleaning because I'm not a clean person to begin with, but the whole journey of it's a process, right? Car, it starts dirty, and then you start working into, you start cleaning it, and then you start getting, it's like a groove, right? It's like a sport. I feel like this is a sport to me. I look at my business as a sport, and honestly, that's why I feel so. It was not that hard for me when I stopped playing baseball because I looked at this as just like anything. I was like, damn, it feels like I'm playing third base, right? It's competition. There's so many other people out there that are doing detailing. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. I'm looking at TikTok stuff. There's a kid right now. Shout out to him. He's got like 400,000 TikTok followers. And I'm like, wow, like kind of it gets you going, right? I feel like I got that little adrenaline thing. But no, honestly, the key takeaway from everything I've learned is just grind. And it's never going to be something quick. Like, be real. Like right now, I got 5 viewers. I'm looking at KaiSeeNat, all these people that got hundreds of thousands. I'm like, damn, dude, this is going to be a breeze. And I get on here, I'm like, oh, I got back to reality. But that's the process too. You start here, you got to get there. But honestly, a lot of the products I use, how much would you need to spend for a basic but complete mobile detailing equipment? So honestly, when I first started, I kind of didn't really know what I was doing, obviously. So I just kind of watched a lot of videos. Your basic needs to make your life super easy, I would invest in an air compressor, 100%. Air compressor, number one. And then after you get your air compressor, you mainly you got to get a power washer. Obviously, they have the Ryobi ones at Home Depot, and those are like $89. They're not the best, but they get the job done. I would definitely use your client's water and electricity as long as you can. Okay, it doesn't hurt. It never hurts. Their bill's not gonna go that far up. They're fine. Once you start kind of building into how much stuff you're getting, like the bigger tools and the crazier tools, then you're gonna probably want to cut back and probably invest in a generator. Because when I started getting like my air compressor, vacuum, steamer, everything going, dude, my client's house shut off. Like one time I was doing a ceramic coating. It was my first ceramic coating ever. The guy was paying me like a lot. I was so excited. The whole house shut off. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, dude came out. I guess he was showering. He had his towel on. He's like, damn, dude. So what happened? I was like, oh, I don't know. But like, yeah, so 100%. Definitely once you start getting up there, I would recommend getting into like a generator. A good one's the Harbor Freight Predator. It's hella quiet too. That thing, like you can't hear nothing. But those are good stuff to get. And then chemicals, really, I like PNS and Coach Kemi I kind of get into. I don't know. I was using anything really. McGuire's. Stay away from Armor All though. Armor All, it's not the good one. But really, all the stuff you really need from you first start, definitely invest in a power washer. Obviously, you can find like basic, cheap wheel brushes and little brushes on Amazon. Just get yourself a basic kit, but you're not gonna need anything crazy. Your necessities and stuff that's gonna make it really pop are get the air compressor. That's bread and butter right there. The air compressor is gonna make everything fly, like hella fly. But and then as far as clients, a lot of people do door to door. See, I did that once, and where I'm from, I live in Oakland. I don't know if you guys know where Oakland's at, but where I live, crime rate's kind of high. So it's kind of sketchy to a bunch of people for a random person to be knocking on your door, So it's kind of scary. So I never really did. I did door to door once. The first person I knocked on, she was deaf. She was sign language. She was doing sign language and stuff to me. I'm like, oh shit, I'm taking sign language. I used to take sign language actually. So I could say my name, like, hi, my name is Dean, but that was it. That was the extent of our conversation. Then I just kind of looked at her. And I was like, and then I had to walk away. And then the second lady was like a Karen. She kind of kicked me to the curb. She was like, I'm gonna call the cops. So that was it. That was basically the extent of my door to door. And then after that, I got into social media. Social media was like that's my bread and butter, number one, and my website. That's all I kind of do. And I don't even run ads, to be honest. A lot of people do ads. I haven't kind of ventured into ads. I probably should, but it's nothing I really care for. But social media, and if you can really do your Instagram, just build your name and show who you are. A lot of it is just being yourself. Because I realized when I started doing the YouTube, I used to post a lot of just before and after, and that was kind of it. I'm 16 years old, and I detail any tips on how I could not feel so bored while detailing. Trust me, details literally. Sometimes the car is spotless, and it'll take me like 6 hours because I get so bored. I'll be like, damn, I'll get on my phone. I'll call like my grandma. I'll talk to her for a minute. Then I'll call like my dad. I'll talk to him. I'll call my boy. And then I realize, I'm like, damn, I just spent like an hour and a half talking. And I haven't even cleaned this damn car. And then it's the worst because, and I'm like, holy crap, my next detail's in 30 minutes. And I've been cleaning the inside. So I got to call them. It's a whole thing. Honestly, listen to music or just powering through it. Get yourself like an energy drink, get you all geeked up, and just boom, you get going. But yeah, that's the key, because sometimes those long details, especially the ones that are dirty, I look at it, I'm like, dude, I don't want to be doing this right now. I'm like, I'm vacuuming the dog hair, and it's still nothing's coming up. And it's just forever and ever. And about that time, it's just like 4 hours in, and you just want to give up. But no, dog hair too. That one I hate. I can't even stand that. This lady the other day, she called me and she was like, "Can you clean my car?" I was like, all right. So I went over. She's like, "It's not that bad." She was one of those people. She's like, "The car's not that bad." I was like, all right. So I get there and I'm looking at the car, and it's filthy. I mean, dog hair everywhere. And I was being generous. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, I'll do everything for like a 150. And it was jacked. I started vacuuming. And by that time, I had to tell her, I'm like, I can't keep doing this no more. Like, honestly, there's no progress to be made. This is just, I was like 6 hours deep, and I didn't even finish the trunk. So I ended up having to like tell her to come back and everything, and I had to come back, and it was just ridiculous. But you deal with a lot of clients, and sometimes my first learning experience of detailing, this guy, he was I'm so lost with the price. Like, you're lost on how to price for your detailing? Is that what you're asking? Because for me, when I did my detailing too, I didn't know what I was gonna price. I literally, yeah, okay, yeah. So for me, when I was doing my detailing for prices, I honestly had no idea. I was kind of looking, I was like, damn, like, what do I even price? When I first started though, I'm gonna be so straight up. I didn't price. I was basically doing it for free. I think I was charging $10 for a detail. And to a lot of you guys, that's ridiculous. Yeah, don't do that. But the way I look at it is this. I know my skill set at the time, and I wasn't worth the $50 in my head. I was more willing to work on my craft than to make the money at the time. That's how I looked at it. I wanted to build my brand rather than just get a quick buck. So if that meant I could get more people because I was doing a cheaper job, then I was going to do it. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I would kind of look around. I would look at what people already have, and I would kind of just lowball that and then just do it like that. But ultimately, what you want to do when you start learning, you want to learn how much you're spending, your gas and everything. your cost of materials, and then kind of do all that. And then from there, you kind of break it down, and then you can start really pricing out what your prices are. But when I first started, like I said, I didn't really care about the money. It wasn't about the money. It still isn't the money. I'm a connection builder. I like building my name. And I like building connections. I look at it like I'd rather have a client for a lifetime than be so expensive the client can only afford me once and they can never come back. If I can make it so they can keep coming back, it's like you gotta think about it like this. It's like compound interest. It's gonna build over time. So connections go a long way. A one and done. You don't want to have a client like a one night stand. You don't want to just be there and then be gone, right? You want to be. It's want to be a relationship. And you can have a relationship with multiple of your clients. That sounds funny, but like honestly, you want to be able to have it so it's like you guys are stuck to each other. They always are looking for you to call you. Like my clients, we have a good relationship. My clients always call me, "Hey, Dean, like you come hook me up. You hook me up. I got you. I'm always there, right? If you get to the point, like I said, where you're so expensive, I only can afford you every 8 months, you better have a whole bunch of clients. So that's why when I first started, I wasn't pricing ridiculously because it's not a race, it's a marathon. I knew in the long run it would pay off. So that's what I would recommend as far as like when I first started, like I said, it wasn't something that I knew how to make these prices $50. I was charging $10, but I knew I'd rather become so good at this that by the time I start charging what I want to charge, they won't even worry about it. They won't even second guess the price because they know the quality they're getting out of the work. And that's a lot of to do with it is you want to master your craft. So by the time you have to change your prices, they're not even going to worry about the price because they know how good of a job you do. And everyone will understand that. And that's the power of even doing social media. A lot of people see my videos and they just want to book because they're like, oh, like you do a good job or you're good with your clients. So to anyone starting any business and stuff, social media is the biggest thing. And I'm not talking about just showing the work you do. Show yourself, because at the end of the day, people are not going to just hire someone to wash a car they don't know. They're going to hire someone that they want to have an idea, right? And like social media is a big helper. Okay, you have a good website, you have good reviews, that helps you. Someone's not going to go hire some random dude that's got 0 views. It's kind of sketchy. But 100%, if you're starting from scratch or you're starting any business, start building your brand, start building your name, because at the end of the day, that's what you're going to be selling. The product's one thing, but yourself's another. And that's kind of like the whole thing, the whole journey of what I've been doing is just really building that connection with everyone, because you never know who you're going to meet. And one of the hardest lessons I've ever learned when I was detailing, it costing me thousands of dollars in my plan. I was detailing this car, and this guy pulled up next to me. Hey, yo, Dean. He's like, I love your detailing things. Like, you got a card? I was like, yeah. So I gave him my card, right? I was like, the dot card, we could scan it. He wanted his whole car. He had a car he was selling. And so what I did is like I fixed it up for him. I made a custom video for him and I sent him off to him, right? He was done. He got an Audi and he wanted the Audi detailed. And so he told me, he said, and this is when I first started too. He told me, hey, Dean, I want you to ceramic coat the exterior, the interior, and all the windows. And I was like, man, let's do it. So I did it all, and I sent him the pricing before. Like, he had the price for everything, and it was going to be for everything. It was going to be like, this is a while back, but it was like $2,300 for everything. And it was like the leather, the interior, the windows. It was like the whole thing. It was around there, somewhere like that. And I was stoked. And I had sent him the menu. He was a busy guy. So I tried calling him to talk to him. And he told me, he was like, yo, I don't got time to talk to you. I trust you. Just handle it. Something about he saw the pricing. And I was like, okay, cool. The guy's understanding. I told him, okay, I'm going to do this, do this, do this. And I sent him the menu with the price. And he said, okay, sounds good. Well, I get the car. I do all my work. When it comes time for it, I tell him, I said, hey, here's everything I did, done. He goes, okay, how much is it going to be? I said something like, treats me as $2,300. What? $2,300? Dude, I'm not paying that. And I'm like, what? And I'm not a controversial person. Like, I don't really, if it's not that, if that's that big of a deal, I was like, okay, whatever. But I was like confused. I was like, dude, like, we talked through the whole thing, you said yes to this and this. It ended up blowing to this whole thing and being this, he had me get on Zoom, I had to sign an NDA with all this weird, it was ridiculous. At the end of all of that, where I was so mad, so frustrated, I was like, oh my God, he just screwed me out of all this money, everything. I was going to go back at him. And my dad said, you just got to be the bigger person, step away. Because at the end of the day, if you just take the higher road, it's gonna if you're trying to match their anger with their anger, your anger with their anger, it's just gonna create a whole problem. And even like in YouTube too, like I see sometimes some of the comments I get, I want to clap back. I'm like, I'm not no bitch. I'm like, dude, I might say something, but I gotta realize it doesn't make me look any better if I'm saying something in the comments, right? So the same thing in the detailing, like sometimes you just gotta walk away from those people. Those people are gonna be a pain in the butt. Like they're not gonna. That guy, he knew what he was doing. Like I just started detailing like 2 weeks. It was like 3 weeks, and that's the type of person he was. Yo, what are your go-to products and tools? Okay, number one, Tornador, 100%. My products I use. So I've been messing around with the Coach Chemi. A lot of the Coach Chemis I've been messing around with. The Coach Chemi. I don't know. They have so many damn names. But the Coach Chemi shampoo, like the what's the one they use? Honestly, when I first started, I actually really like PNS, the interior cleaner, hella good. Brake Buster interior PNS Brake Buster, really good. And then definitely invest in, like I said, a Tornador. And then if you can get like an air gun that just shoots straight air, you'll be able to get in all the cracks and crevices with your air gun. That's a hella good one. And then as far as like tire shine stuff, yeah, Zip shampoo. Okay, I'm gonna put y'all on. I'm gonna put you guys on for a stain remover. Trust me. So I saw this guy on TikTok that he does it, and I copied him, and it works. He works wonders. So use Zep Premium Shampoo. Then after that, you're going to want to get Zep Folex, Zep Premium Shampoo, Super Clean. Okay, all those three. Water. Now it's gonna sound crazy. Mix all of them together, dilute it. That thing gets stains out like that. I'm talking money. I didn't believe it, and I've done it so many times, to where if it was gonna damage or do something to the interior, it would have already done it. And yeah, you got to get the Folex. I'm telling you, the Folex, that thing is money. It's so good. I don't know what it is, and the Super Clean too. The Super Clean, that's the one in the shadows. That's the really good one. Okay. So you want to get the Zep Premium Shampoo, like you said, the Folex, okay, Super Clean, and then after you get the Super Clean, you want to put them all together, mix it with water, shake it up really good, spray it on. In the same aisle where all the stuff is, the toilet section should have like a really good brush. Get yourself like a toilet brush to get all like with the ones you get all the shit off the seat with. Use that. It's hella good. Scrub that seat down, spray it on, scrub it down. You can vacuum exterior it off, or use this extractor and extract it out. Boom, done. It's great. It's literally the best thing ever. And Super Clean is hella good because it's a degreaser, I'm pretty sure, for like dirt and stuff. It's really good for mats. I use it on the mats, like a little, you spray on the mats, boom, take it off. It's just money. Like it's great. And then for tire shine, I mean, any tire shine is really good. I like to spray on tire shines, but the can they cost a lot and they go by like that. So anything's really good. I just get a big jug of tire shine and then your applicator pad. But basically that's it. But definitely best advice if you're starting detailing or you're gonna start doing detailing, learn everything. Oh, Purple Power is really good. Yeah, I've seen people do that. I've seen people do that. I personally use my just air gun, and I just stick it right there, and I blow it all out. That's pretty easy for me because the wheel brush thing, I've seen people actually stick it in the side, and I've tried that before, and my thing is all bent and broken, so it didn't really do much. But yeah, that's smart. I would definitely start doing that. But again, I said I like to use the Tornador and just kind of blow everything out. My process is so like, yeah, steamers are hella good. I wish I would use my steamer more. I really don't. The ones I love using the most is the Tornador, and then there's the air gun. The air gun is not like a Tornador. It's just literally a hole that shoots out high pressure air. That thing, I love it because you spray like any type of your all-purpose cleaner on any like the dirt for the interior, and you just air gun it out, and it breaks up everything hella fast. So that's my kind of thing. But what I was gonna say, if you guys are just starting out, learn as much as you can. Like literally learn everything. I remember my first time doing a clay bar, and my dad was freaking out because he thought I was going to destroy the car and how the car is going to be damaged. And now I look at it, I'm like, dude, it's a clay bar. Like, but really try to learn everything as you can. Like, paint corrections are big. Scratches, learn your scratches. I'm actually, bro, you just put me on because I don't know why I don't do this. The door jams are so annoying. I'm saying it's literally, this is why I like doing this, because it's immediate. I don't have to worry about waiting like the next day to see someone's comment. Like, you guys can just hit me up. We can just talk about it right now. It's super easy. But yeah, steamer. Oh my god, that's definitely something I got to, because I hate door jams. I was doing the power washer. I would power wash the door jams, but that just sprays up and knocks all the dirt everywhere. So I was like, damn. And I would sometimes I'll do it after I would clean the car because I dry and do the door jams. Definitely, I just cleaned this Porsche 911 2025. I think the GT, I don't know, the hella expensive one. And whew, that was crazy. I did a ceramic coat and paint correction on that. That was hella fun. And then this one guy, he actually let me drive his Porsche, which was nuts. It was because we were talking. I was like, we were able to talk it out and have a good time. He's like, you want to drive the Porsche? I was like, you for real? Like, are you serious? And he gave me the keys and we went around the corner. It was hella fun. And then, okay, scratches. Scratches is a good one. So many of you guys asked about my scratches. So for scratches, the best sanding kit is called a Tool Cut. TOLECUT, Tool Cut sanding kit. That thing's really, really good. It's stickers. It's not like it's a weird type of sanding. It's like a sticker sanding. So you have like a sticker and you put it on your little backing plate pad thing for the sanding bar. It's like a sanding bar, and then you put the sticker on it and you sand everything. And that's hella good. So get that. And then you obviously need your polishers. The polishers I use are like kind of expensive. I just was bougie, so I kind of went down the expensive route. But like Rupes, I use those. But you can use anything. Really, any polisher is going to do the job. For pads, I love Lake Country, Rupes, and my compound and polishing. For polishing, I love the Coach Cami. Like tomorrow, I'm doing a car. Tool Cut on Amazon. Yeah, you go on Amazon. I think it's kind of expensive. I'm not gonna lie, but it's like 800 grit all the way to 3,000, and that's really all you need. I mean, you can go a little past 3,000. That's where you can use that as well because it'll really finish it off those scratches. But yeah, those are really good. And then as far as someone says spray bottles, oh no, my boats. I'm dyslexic. That's why I saw that bottles. Some guy actually hit me up for a boat, and I was like, I did a boat like 3 months ago. I don't really do them that often because I don't know. I'll be surprised. I live in the Bay, so you would think a lot of people actually hit me up about boats, but they really don't. I did a boat. They're not that bad. It's really, actually look it up. If you can do a car, you can do a boat because the car had paint's more delicate than a boat. The boat has, I think, gel coat or something like that, which is like more, fiberglass is like really strong because it has to be for like salt water. I do use a paint reader. It's actually something that you want to get into, especially if you're working on older cars. You really want to use a paint reader. I mean, 100%. I mean, on any car, you want to use a paint reader. But 100% the older cars, you got to be really careful. When I learned that the hard way, when I first started, I was working on my uncle's car. He had an old ass truck, and I was polishing. I wasn't even polishing. I was sanding. I've never actually, knock on wood, I've never burnt through the clear coat while polishing or buffing, polishing or buffing. For some reason, I just never have because I just don't really. You really have to sit there. If you're gonna burn through the clear coat, you can be sitting there with that damn polisher, and that's kind of crazy. You always want to use constant motion. But the sanding, one time I was a dumbass. I put the sandpaper on my polisher. I don't know what I was thinking, and it was 800 grit too, and this car was from the 1990s. 800 grit on a car paint that's from the 1990s. You could already see. I was on it for like 2 seconds, and gone. I'm talking. I was like, oh. I was like, I didn't know what it was at first. I was like, why is it so foggy? I kept polishing and polishing. Shit didn't go away. I was like, damn, why is it so foggy? And then I looked it up, and I asked ChatGPT. Me and ChatGPT are best friends. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, bro, you guys gotta start using ChatGPT for your business. I use ChatGPT to respond to clients. I use ChatGPT to, do quotes, PDFs, all of it. ChatGPT is the best friend for businesses. Like, you really wanna be up there with your business and reply quick. Literally, a client hits you. How much is this? ChatGPT, say it's this, create a PDF. Boom, send a PDF. That's exactly how I do it. I don't. Oh God, like literally ChatGPT. It's ridiculous. Sometimes I feel bad for my ChatGPT. If there ever comes a time where I can really sit down and talk to that damn thing, it's probably fed up with me because I talk all the time to that damn thing. Literally, it's the best way to create invoices. Actually, so I live in Oakland, and where I live, it's not really. I'm in the more in the middle, so like the hills in the middle, and then kind of like the lowlands, like over in east and all that. But when I go to the city, I hate it because, like you said, it's parking in San Francisco sucks ass. It's so bad, and on top of that, people don't care. They want to rob you. So they literally, I was detailing a car one time, and some guy blew out someone's window right next to me, and I was like, I'm not even gonna look. I'm not gonna do nothing. He just blew it out, took the guy's like laptop and stuff, and I was like, wow. I was like, holy. But you see, it's not sometimes they hit the pay with these minutes, eventually it's still there. Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. That's like W right there. Shout out to boy Chris, because I'm not gonna lie. When you first start, I was a little nervous too when I started doing paint correction stuff because normally you hear a lot of people, they burn through the clear coat and stuff in a paint reader. 100% you need that because it's just like you're taking. This is not like at the end of the day, this is not your car, right? If you screw up, that's a. Because think about it. Some people ask me for like rock chips. A lot of my clients, they talk to me about rock chips and they think, okay, like a rock chips, you're gonna fill it in, level it out, sand it, buff it, and it seems like brand new. That's never the case. At the end of the day, the rock chip. When I tell my clients, I let them understand. I went to a body shop and I talked to them because I was having a rough time too. Because like, damn, like I get it to almost perfectly match, like blend in really well, and then the sunlight hits it, and you can see it. Like you can see where it's at. And I went to the body shop and I was like there's this guy that gives me the paint and everything. He like sells me the paint for these rock chips, and I asked him like, why is that? Like, why is it not looking perfect? I'm even leveling out, like sand it first, fill it in, sand it, polish buff, whatever. And he goes, it's never going to be the same. It's never going to be perfect. If you want for rock chips and all those type of little scratches, if you're going to go for perfection, you need to go to a body shop. They got to sand the car down, respray it. It was crazy. One guy, Joe's Modern Tie over MacArthur. Hold on, let me look that up. Joe's Modern Tie on MacArthur. I might DoorDash from there, actually. What part? Oh, yeah. Body fill. I know. Well, they were telling me that, what's the one it's called? I have it right here. It's called, it's the filler, right? I don't know the exact filler. Where do you live, Sean? You're out in the Bay? Let me look it up. Joe's. Oh yeah, Bondo. Yes. Bondo. Yes, that's exactly what I bought it too. That thing works hella good. Obviously for like light rock chips, you're not gonna really do anything. But when they're hella deep, you can fill it in, and it levels it out hella good. But the only problem is when I have like rock chips aren't that deep, and there's more like a little surface. It's harder to match. For real? Oh, that's hella funny. That's dope. I know I'm right here on Middle Ave. But that's hella. No, how many see me? Look it up. Joe's Tie. Oh shit! You just put me on. Damn, this place looks hella good. Oh, okay, yeah. No, I'm gonna definitely try that. Damn, I got a lot of people from the Bay out here. Okay, no, I'm gonna tell you guys the craziest. I know this is the craziest detailing story I've ever told. Lord's Ice Cream, shout out that because they opened that because of the movie. They shot a movie, I think, and they reopened Lord's for that reason. But the craziest, Mississippi. I've never been to Mississippi. I've been to Georgia for baseball, and I'm sorry, no hate. I don't know the weather out there in Mississippi, but I hope it's not humid because I played in Georgia for baseball and I hated it. Georgia weather, it was just not it. It was, But anyways, one time I was detailing this lady and she hit me up at like 5:45 at night. And usually I don't go past like 5 o'clock because it gets too dark. I can't finish the cars. And so I told the lady, I was like, okay, I'll go detail her car. Oh, I'm in the Delta. Oh yeah, I don't want to do that. That's mosquitoes and everything. Coastal Plains League. No, so I played at Menlo College. And then for summer ball and stuff, I played for the Kings, and then I just kind of traveled around like that. But we went all over. But travel ball and stuff during the summer league, we would go out to like Georgia and everything and play out there, Georgia, Florida, and just kind of bounce around. And I'd done Texas. I was all over the place. That's why, like, when I started this, that was like the biggest problem. I was like, damn, how the hell am I going to start doing baseball in a business? It's not going to work, right? But anyways, this lady hit me up from Oakland. She called me. She goes, "Hey, boo." She goes, "You think you can shout out, my dad went to Fresno State Bulldogs, baby." So she hit me up and she goes, "Do you think you can detail my car?" I'm like, yeah, I think I got you. And I was like, well, obviously if the price was right, it was $545, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be like $100. I'm not gonna be out there till hell late. And so I was like, whatever. So she's like, the price was more than right. It was good. So I drove out there. I didn't even look at the address. Red flag number, or dumbass number one. I didn't even look at the address. I just drove. So I'm driving and I'm passing, like Piedmont, which is a nice, for all the people that are not from here, it's a nice area. So I'm like, damn, like this lady lives nice. So I'm driving and I start getting the hood. I'm like, yo, like I'm seeing the prostitutes start coming out. It's, everybody started, they started creeping out. And so I'm like, oh, damn, like this is bad. And then sure enough, I see her. She's a Mercedes and she's right there and she's wearing like booty shorts and everything. And I pull up to her. I'm like, hey, how's it going? She's like, it's going good. She's like, grab my hand. She's like, give me a kiss. I'm like, yo, I'm like, come on, let's get professional, right? So she's like, oh yeah, it's my sister's car. It had a New York license plate. It was her sister's car. Everything just wasn't adding up. But I didn't ask any questions. I'm just here, do my job. So she's like, it's not that bad outside. So I opened up the door. I was shocked. I'm talking. There is weed all over the car, in the cup holders. This is the craziest and nastiest detail I've ever done. Weed everywhere. I mean, there's sand everywhere, dog hair everywhere. It was ridiculous. And so I started cleaning the car, doing all this stuff, right? And all this, I'm in a bad area too. So I'm thinking like, okay, if I get jumped, what am I going to do? I'm thinking like, okay, if I get jumped, someone pulls up on me and tries to steal me, which they probably would. I have thousands of dollars of equipment in my car. What am I going to do? So I took my keys, my wallet, my phone. I put it in a pile of leaves because at the end of the day, like someone pulls up on me, I'm just going to be like, yo, my dad's in like the liquor store. You can wait for him to rob him. Like, just do that. So I put everything in a pile of leaves. So I knew if I got robbed that I don't have nothing on me. They can take my vacuum, whatever. I don't care. So, I'm vacuuming the car. All this weed going everywhere. It's in my mouth. It tastes nasty. I'm like, it's gross. I'm hearing like, I stick my vacuum under the seat and you're like, I'm like it sounds like I'm sucking up a balloon. I'm not sucking up a balloon. You guys, you know what I'm sucking up. So it wasn't a balloon. It was nasty, right? So I'm like, this is disgusting. And I'm finding wrappers everywhere and all this stuff. And I'm like, this is gross. So I stick my vacuum underneath the seat, right? And all of a sudden, a whole bunch of smoke starts going everywhere, right? And it starts smelling like strawberry and mint. I'm thinking like, damn, like my vacuum's broken. I'm like, damn, this is the worst time for my vacuum to break. And all of a sudden, I'm like, what the hell? So I unplug my vacuum. My vacuum had sucked up a vape. So my vacuum was ripping the vape. It was sucking it. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. And so my vacuum started sucking the vape. And I was like, okay, this is like the worst it can possibly get, right? It can't get worse than this. Sure enough, my worst nightmare came true. I'm chilling like this, right? I'm vacuuming. And then behind me, I look in the mirror and I see this guy with a shiesty on. And I was like, yo, this guy with a shiesty on pulled up on me. And I was like, oh, like I'm really having to deal with this right now. Like, I don't got time for this. I'm hungry, number one. My mom just called me, said she got dinner. And now I got to deal with this fool with the shiesty. Like, are you serious? And I'm not really tripping. Like, okay, at the end of the day, we got the bub. Like, I'm not going to get jacked. So I turn the vacuum on. I just kind of turn like this, and the door's open. I'm just waiting for him to come up to me so we can just handle business, get over with, And so he goes inside the house. And I'm like, well, that's interesting. I still don't know what this lady does. She does everything. It seems like this is not her car. It's her sister's car. There's weed. There's all this stuff, and vapes, all this. And so this guy just pulled me a shiesty and he goes in her house. So I'm like, that's strange. So I didn't say nothing. I just kept vacuuming the car. And then all of a sudden, the guy comes out with the shiesty and he's with this chick. And she's got like fishnet leggings on. She's got like a thong on. She's got all this stuff on. And I'm like, am I detailing like a pimp's house? Like, whose house am I detailing, right? And so I'm not saying nothing. I'm just like, let me just get out of here. So I'm cleaning the car as fast as I can. And she comes out and she starts talking about, oh, I'm in town early. You better book before it's too late. Like all this stuff. And so I'm thinking like, oh, damn, like, she's probably like, prostitute herself or whatever. Like, no big deal. It's nothing. I live in Oakland and they see crazy stuff all the time. So, I'm doing my thing. I finished the car, and then she starts asking me for a discount. Like, oh, can you hook me up with the homie discount? I'm like, homie discount. I was like, I just met you, but I was like, oh no, I don't do discounts. But next time I can hook you up maybe with like a, I don't know, wax or something. I was just trying to get paid. And then she hits me with the this is the funniest part. She hits me with the, she goes, oh yeah, then my sister's gonna pay you tomorrow. I said tomorrow. I said, let me tell you something. I was like, I was born at night, not last night. I said, I'm gonna have to get paid now because like if I, it's just is ridiculous. So she's like, oh, well, let me call my sister real quick. So I was like, okay, you can call your sister. Like, cool. Call your uncle, your sister, your grandpa. I don't know who you have to call, but as long as I get paid, it's whatever, right? And so finally, she pays me and stuff. And she was like, can I follow you on Instagram? And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. So I follow her back and stuff. And sure enough, she was a stripper and whatever. And my boys and I were in the car. And this is like a couple months ago, like 6 months ago or something like that. And she had a Twitter page, okay? And so we were dumb. I'm not gonna lie, we're dumb. And let's just say we found something out that we shouldn't have found out. We found it out the hard way. And let's just say she was not who she said she was, and we found out she was trans. And it was like crazy. I was like in shock because the whole time I'm detailing her car, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, like it was ridiculous. I was jaw dropped, literally, and the way we found out is, I'll let your mind, you can think of the worst thing possible and you're probably thinking the right thing. Like you can honestly think of the right thing. That's exactly how this whole thing went down. That was probably it wasn't even that. That wasn't even the whole thing. That was just like the cherry on top. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, shoot. I don't know what the discount she wasn't asking that. She was asking like the homie discount, but that was just the cherry on top. That was just like the set all be all. I was like, wow, like the whole sequence of events that led up, and that's what happened. It was crazy. And then just recently, I was in San Francisco. I actually posted this video. I'm surprised that video didn't get that many views because it was crazy. This guy called me and he says, can you detail my car? And I was like, bet, I got you. And so I get to him, and it's a smoke shop out on Market Street in San Francisco. And I get there, and I'm like, yo, like, where are you at? Like, where are we detailing this car? And he's like, oh, I'm detailing right here. I'm looking at the smoke shop. I'm like, right on Market Street. There's hella traffic. And someone said earlier about this San Francisco traffic or the Bay Area traffic. Yeah, this was crazy. Yeah, I go to Fairfield. I actually trained in baseball in Fairfield for like 2 years, 3 years. So I'm always out there. I'm actually going to Fairfield tomorrow with my boy. We're gonna be working on the car. So hit me up if you want to get the car detailed, because Fairfield, I'll be out there all the time. But anyways, I was working on the car, and it was a smoke shop. And so, yeah, 2 videos. I know. Hey, I remember when I first posted my first video, which is the old man that got me 14 million views, which is where all this started. And I'm just gonna tap on that story real quick because that was crazy. Yeah, you definitely hit me up. You got it. You got my numbers in there somewhere, 510-328-2380. It's already on there, so you guys can just look. My numbers right on my description. But anyways, I remember posting, shout out to the guy talking about he remember I had 2 videos, because I remember posting that video, and that video was special because I was doing a sales internship, and my boss, she had told me, she was like, Dean, you do a lot of videos. You should think of, we're working with high-end clients. So we work with the Giants, the Dodgers. We do custom apparel for all their stuff at the time. And I was a sales rep. I would call them and talk to these guys and try to sell them on what we do. And so she said, you should go buy the Meta glasses. And I was like, okay, like I didn't think about buying the Meta glasses. They're like $500. And she was like, you just got to go do it. Just go buy them. And she was like, I'm going to let you off the shift early, and you're going to go buy these glasses, and you're going to make a video with them. And I was like, all right, screw it. So I went to Meta and I bought the glasses. And this old man called me. He was like 93 years old. He was sick, and he had a scratch on his car. And so when I met him, like if you guys ever see, a lot of you guys probably have seen the video, he was sick and he couldn't shake my hand. And anyways, he had a scratch on his car. And he showed me the scratch on his car, and he asked me how much I was going to charge for him. I didn't charge him for the scratch at all. I told him, I was like, you know what? The video didn't show that part, but I actually didn't charge him for the scratch. I told him, I'm not going to charge you for the scratch. It's nothing. I could take care of it for you. It's the least I can do, because, he was sick. He was selling the truck, and that was kind of his whole thing. And ironically, I told him before I even posted this video, I said, I think I'll get good content out of this video anyways. Like I thought, people would like to see me work on the scratch. And so, I recorded the whole interaction, uploaded it to Instagram. And then on Instagram, it got like, it's at 4.5 million views right now. But then my girlfriend, she was like, yo, you should start doing YouTube. And I don't do YouTube. Like, I don't really, before this, I never did shorts. I never really watched YouTube. And I was like, no, I do TikTok. I'm a TikTok guy. And my TikTok's whatever. But I looked it up, and I guess YouTube has more people watch YouTube shorts than they do TikTok. So I was like, damn, screw it. So I posted it, and boom, it took off. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, wow, like, it's still so unreal, like, everything that happens. Oh, for real? I mean, just look it up. The story is basically over. That was kind of it. Like, I posted it, and then everything kind of just ripple effect, right? It just all happened for a reason. And I'm just like, I'm very grateful for the opportunity that presents itself. And every one of you guys on here, and just everyone that follows me and watches all my videos is really neat. And people actually do call me from, some guy says some Mississippi's. I've had someone actually call me from Mississippi, and we talked for like an hour, because I might not know you. We might never meet, but I'm always going to give you the time. And I always feel like, because I know when I started, I was always the kid going for advice. I was never the kid giving advice, right? So when people call me, I just remember the people I learned from, and still am learning from, what they've done for me. So I always feel like I should, give that back to anyone that has questions. So right now, you said you need help finding on Amazon. It should be on Amazon. I'm not going to lie. I mean, look. But let me see. Amazon Tool Cut. Yeah, the Tool Cut sanding kit's really good. Let me see. Yeah, it's right here. It's right here. Oh, I'm just going to load. It looks like that. I don't know why it's not focusing. But yeah, right there. That's it. It's that little box. Oh, TOLECUT. Yeah, it's Tool Cut like that. That's the one right there. What do you say? Is what? Oh, Starlights. You're talking about like the Rolls Royce stuff, like when they stick them in the ceiling? Yeah, that is kind of dope. I should start doing that to my car. My car is jacked up though. Like I got my car like 2 years ago, and I had a damn rat get in my engine and eat my entire engine block. Look at my page. What's your IG? Oh, you got to get the. Did you find it? Elite Auto Detail Aesthetic. I'll peep it after the stream. But for sure, you guys got to definitely. The Tool Cut's hella good. You got to get that. But I actually had a rat get in my car just a couple months ago, and I didn't even know it was a rat. I was driving around Oakland and detailing all these cars, and my AC kept going like, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And I popped my hood, and I saw these little feet mark and stuff, and I was like, what the hell? Lo and behold, this rat did like $11,000 worth of damage and ate my entire engine, my AC unit, everything. Did all this damage. I couldn't detail for like 2 weeks. It was ridiculous, but oh my gosh, that was insane. And I'm supposed to be detailing how my car clean, and over here I got a big ass rat in my car and stuff. But it was crazy. No, but all the products I did name, for sure, you guys got to get the Tornador, your air gun, the air compressor, and all that stuff. And then if you need help finding some of the stuff, I'll probably be streaming tomorrow, and you just let me know. But basically, any other question you guys have, you got my number, bro. My number's on there. You can just shoot me a text, but I'm gonna be damn near streaming. I'm gonna try to be doing this every day, and just start from you start here and you get here, right? So invest in the Tornador. You got to do that thing. Is crazy good. It's crazy. Invest in the Tornador, and then get yourself the all-purpose PNS is hella good. Just really need is a Tornador. It's gonna make life so much easier. And then once you start building it up, you can get like a generator. The more you got to think like this. It's like levels, right? You're not gonna get from level 1 to level 11 just like this, right? It's gonna take you steps. It's baby steps, but you want to just slowly always be progressing as far as like what you're getting. You always want to be upgrading your products and getting the best things you can get. Yeah, the Extendo one's really good too. The Tornador in general is just the best thing ever. But that's kind of basically all the stuff that I have. And then you kind of just learn what you like more, because some people they like using one thing more than others, and then that's how you kind of build everything. But I'm gonna definitely start streaming more. I just bought all this stuff yesterday. I bought everything yesterday. It was like $700 for all of it. Pooks, I'm not getting nice. I know gum out of the seat. I don't know. I've tried getting gum out of my girlfriend's seat and it did not work. She's a mess. She hit a damn raccoon and it blew up her front hood, and she's wanted me to get it out of the plastic. It's crazy. Yeah, no, that's peanuts are really good. But again, like I said, I bought all this stuff. I'm gonna be streaming damn near every night and do as much as I can to answer all these questions and just kind of take you guys through the journey. I got the whole summer, I got the whole year. This stuff's so fun. I really do enjoy it. Like it's my first stream ever, and it's just so neat talking and seeing. And there's only 8 right now, but my goal is to have thousands of people and do all that stuff. But thank you guys so much for everything. Again, if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll be here on tomorrow, and then I'll check out your Instagram and I'll help you with all that. I'll make sure to look at it. But thank you guys again, and much love, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. All right, deuces.